everyone, this is Lan from Talk to Miss Lan, and today I'm talking about how to remember vocabulary. A lot of my students have been asking me about this, so I decided to make this video for my students and of course for those who are interested in learning English. Well, there are so many different ways to remember vocabulary and it depends on each individual, but this video is going to be about my own experiences of learning vocabulary, and I think it really works for me, so I really hope that it will be helpful. Okay, so number one, learn by your ears, not only by your eyes. It means that when you find a new vocabulary, you not only know how to write that word correctly, but you also know how the word should be pronounced correctly. For example, the new vocabulary is relative. This is a difficult word for my students because most of them say relative instead of relative. So if you say relative, people don't understand you. Another thing that I'm trying to say here is that you have to study pronunciation in order to know how to read the phonetic transcription. So that's why I made the video to talk about the importance of English pronunciation. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I learn a new vocabulary. For example, my new vocabulary is awesome. So first of all, I will know, of course I know how to write this word correctly, A-W-S-O-M-E. So second, I look at the dictionary and I see awesome. Of course, I know how to read a phonetic transcription, so I can read this word awesome, 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 awesome while listening to it. Awesome, 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 awesome! There you go. So number two, understand completely the meaning of the new vocabulary. I know that a lot of you guys, when you don't understand, you will look up the dictionary. But believe it or not, sometimes the meaning from the dictionary is not correct. Okay, so the other day I looked up the dictionary about the meaning of awesome and it says kinh sợ, đáng kinh sợ, like terrible, but actually awesome means fantastic, amazing, wonderful, and incredible. Okay, so what are you doing after you understand the meaning of the vocabulary? So number three, make a sentence with the new vocabulary and think about when you will use it. Okay, so when do we use the new vocabulary awesome? Okay, so we use awesome when we want to respond to something positive. For example, my friend says, I just graduated from the university, and I will say, awesome! Or if my friend says, next week I'm going to go to America, and I will say, that's awesome! There you go. Or if the new vocabulary is important, and you will think about, for example, think about a small conversation to speak out the important vocabulary. Okay, so I'm going to make a small conversation so that you will see the way that I remember this word. Do you think English is important? Yeah, I think so. English is really important because it is an international language. There you go, so you will remember the word very deeply, okay? So number four, draw the picture in your head for the words that you can visualize. What does it mean? It means that, of course, when you learn a new vocabulary, for example, apple, of course you know the meaning of apple, quả táo, and you know how to write apple correctly, A-P-P-L-E, okay? So, and you know how to read apple. So when you read the apple, the image of apple should appear in your mind, okay? So, apple, 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 chair, 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 book, book, book. So, and number five, learn the words, learn the vocabulary that related to the topic that you want to speak. So number five, learn the words related to what you want to speak. Okay, so of course if you learn a lot of vocabulary but you don't use it, sooner or later you will forget. Okay, So, but if you know that what you want to say, just learn the new vocabulary related to the topic that you want to say. So for example, that you want to talk about yourself, you want to introduce about yourself, and of course you have to learn the vocabulary about self-introduction. Okay? Like me, if I want to make this video for you guys, I had to prepare enough vocabulary to make this video, and then you will remember the vocabulary in the topic that you want to say, and then you will get to speak the word, you will get to speak the vocabulary, and you will remember deeply. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. And well, so these are 5 ways to remember vocabulary that I definitely think that it works really well for me, and I hope that you will find this video helpful. Okay, so if you liked my video, give me a thumbs up or click like and subscribe for more English videos and English learning tips. Thanks for watching, and